But the thing that helped us too on airplanes, when you made United States team, then you traveled first class hotel, first class airfare. As I said before, that's the time when they got to ride an airplane. And see, you got to realize when we were coming along at that time, when you wore a USA sweatsuit, that was the greatest thing in the world. That was the greatest, because at that time it was United States versus Russia, United States versus the communist countries. Everything was on a competitive situation at that time. And it was an honor at that time to go over there and represent the USA and so forth and so on. Of course, a lot of times, I never will forget when I was in Russia the first time, we had a press conference. And the men's track coach, one was from Ohio State, one was from Stanford. Oh, they was from all over with the men's track coaches for the men. And we had a press conference over there with the Russian press, and they asked 3 or 4 questions to the men coaches and everything. And I was sitting there, they didn't ask me nothing. Then all of a sudden, through an interpreter, they said, "Coach Temple, we want to ask you a question." I was getting all poised. I didn't know what the first question, what they asked me, how many blacks were on the team? Well, my goodness, I started counting. And then I'll never forget the coach from Ohio State. He interjected and said, "Oh, well, we don't have no black and white. We're all just one United States team, one USA team." Now, I said to myself after that, I said, "Now that's amazing. We had to come over here to be a USA team." And then this same USA team, when you over there represent the United States, when you get on the plane and come back, you can't even go to the same hamburger place. You can't even sleep in the same hotel. My goodness, when Wilma won them 3 gold medals, when we got off the plane at the airport, they had the band and they had the governor and they had the mayor, all this big show. But after it's over, you right back to zero again. You right back to zero. But anyway, when we came from Russia, I never will forget Mayor Browder. He had something like a seminar and everything, and he wanted me to come there and everything. And he asked me some questions, and I think I told him some things he didn't really want to know, because you got to realize this was still in the 60s. And I asked him, "Well, how was it like in Russia and everything?" Well, I told him, well, in Russia, one thing, I could go to any restaurant that we wanted to, and we could go about the city anywhere we wanted to. We couldn't do it here in Nashville when we come back. And that kind of opened up the eyes. Well, now here, you can go all over Europe and everything and do things, and you represent the United States, and you come back home and can't do it. And do it. So, and then we went through the riots and everything else. I mean, when they had the integration here in Nashville, when they had the marches and everything, I remember us practicing out here, and a tank was right up top of the hill where the football field, where the old football field, there was a big tank sitting up there. That was when we had the riots and the walk-ins and all that various things going on, and we were still practicing right there, running right past the tank, going on and having our practice. So they went through all kinds of things. There was no doubt about that.